The little clothing boutique glittered with glass shelves and expensive mannequins. Rows of silk dresses and polished leather bags lined the walls. Customers whispered quietly, their perfume and jewelry shining as brightly as the chandeliers above. Behind the counter stood Mr. Langston, the shopkeeper, a man who valued wealth above all else. He smiled wide for anyone in designer suits, but sneered at those who looked ordinary. That afternoon, the doorbell chimed softly, and a young girl walked in. Her dress was faded, her sandals worn thin, but her eyes sparkled with curiosity. She must have been about 13, holding a small notebook pressed to her chest. Slowly, she wandered through the aisles, her fingers brushing gently against the fabrics as though they were treasures in a museum. Mr. Langston's gaze sharpened. He leaned over the counter and called out loudly, "Can I help you?" The girl smiled shyly. "Yes, sir, I just wanted to look at that blue dress in the window. It's beautiful. I thought maybe—" Her words trailed off as she reached into her pocket, pulling out a few crumpled bills and coins she had saved. "I've been working small jobs after school," she said softly. "I wanted to surprise my mom for her birthday." A few customers turned to listen. Mr. Langston walked over, glanced at the money, and scoffed. "That dress costs more than you'll ever have, little girl. You can't afford this." His voice boomed across the store, making the girl flinch. Laughter bubbled from two women nearby, and whispers filled the air. The girl's cheeks flushed red as she clutched the bills tightly. I'm sorry," she whispered, stepping back toward the door. Mr. Langston wasn't done. He smirked cruelly. "People like you should stay in shops you can afford. Don't waste our time here." He turned to the women and said, "Can you believe it? She thought she could buy that dress." They laughed again, making the girl's eyes glisten with unshed tears. But just as she reached for the door handle, the bell chimed again. This time, a tall man in a tailored gray suit stepped inside. His presence was commanding. Silver watch, polished shoes, and eyes that scanned the room with quiet authority. The girl gasped. "Daddy!" The store fell silent. Mr. Langston's smirk froze as the man walked over and put a protective arm around his daughter. "Why are you crying, Emily?" he asked gently. She wiped her eyes. "I wanted to buy a dress for Mom's birthday, but he said I don't belong here. He laughed at me." The father's expression hardened. He turned slowly to Mr. Langston, who suddenly looked pale. "Is that true?" "No, sir," Langston stammered. "I was just humiliating a child because she didn't look rich enough," the father interrupted coldly. He pulled out a sleek black card from his wallet and held it up. "Do you even know who I am?" Gasps spread through the boutique as whispers rose. One customer whispered, "That's Mr. Carter, owner of the Carter Group. He owns half the businesses in this district." Langston's knees nearly buckled. "Mr. Carter, I didn't realize—" "That's the problem," Mr. Carter snapped. "You judge people by clothes and coins, not by their character. My daughter came here with kindness and dreams, and you crushed her spirit." The room buzzed with tension. Emily's father handed her the black card. "Go ahead, sweetheart. Buy anything you want for your mother." Emily hesitated, then looked at the blue dress she had admired. The cashier quickly rang it up, hands trembling. But Mr. Carter wasn't finished. He looked around the shop and said, "And as of today, this store is no longer yours." Langston blinked. What? "I've had my eye on this location for a while," Mr. Carter said firmly. "Consider it bought. You may collect your belongings by tomorrow." The boutique erupted in whispers. The women who had laughed earlier lowered their heads in shame. Langston stood frozen, sweat dripping down his forehead. Emily hugged her father, tightly holding the dress in her arms. "Thank you, Daddy," she whispered. He kissed her forehead. "Don't thank me, Emily. You earned this by your kindness and hard work. Never let anyone make you feel small. Those who mock others only reveal their own emptiness." As father and daughter walked out, customers applauded softly, some even following them out. Inside, Langston stood in silence, the weight of his arrogance finally crushing him. That day, Emily learned that dignity was worth more than coins, and her father proved that true wealth isn't just measured in money, but in how you protect those you love.